These are the plaintiffs, Victor Tatum and his son, Victor Tatum Jr. Victor says the defendant, his son's former roommate, made life miserable for him, so he moved out. The guy left illegal drugs on the table, wore his son's clothes, and when he told the defendant he wanted the security deposit back, the wise guy told him to go pound salt. Pound salt? Loser. They're suing for $800, the amount they're owed. This is the defendant, Kennedy Felder. He says the guy changed his mind overnight and decided to move out on a whim. He never gave him any notice. The son skipped out on the cable and gas bills, and quite frankly, he's lucky he's not suing the plaintiffs because he could if he wanted to. He's accused of not treating a former roommate's dad right.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You will come in.
Okay, Victor Tatum and Victor Tatum Jr., you are suing Kennedy Felder for $800 in a security deposit that you say you paid him and you feel you're entitled to have back and you refuse to repay. Talk to me. Who wants to tell me what happened?
Your Honor, back in July, my son had decided he wanted to stay off campus. And he searched Craigslist and found the apartment that Mr. Felder happened to be the primary tenant of. We checked the apartment out. It seemed like it was okay. I wrote him a check for $1,600, which was equal to the first month's rent and a deposit. I have copies of the canceled checks and receipts.
This was back when? What month?
July 19th.
Okay, how old are you?
20.
You got to start talking for yourself. So this was what month? I'll definitely hear from you, but you're going to tell me how a situation was unlivable and he's the guy living it, so I need to know. Go ahead.
My mother and I, we went up.
Hey, you found the place you liked it. You paid an $800 deposit. You moved in when?
I moved in within the first week or two of August.
What day did you move in?
Oh, I can't remember.
For a week or two of what month?
August.
August, okay. Now, school started in when?
August 31st.
August 31st.
Yes.
All right, so did you know them at all?
Not at all. No.
Not at all. And did they go to the same college or not really? They didn't even go to their college?
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay, all right. So you see it, you like it, you pay for it. Now, you move in, it's the beginning weeks of August. When do things start to go wrong?
Within around August 18th and a little further, closer to the start of my semester.
Okay.
I'm just realizing, like, well, I'm around. I don't have a job. I'm going to school. He's kind of here all the time and not going to work or anything like that. I'm thinking, well, how is he going to pay rent or whatever?
Okay.
So, because the other roommate at the time, she was out from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. With work and dance and other things. Mm-hmm. And then just like drug issues became an issue. And
how?
Just kind of became apparent that he was using some.
How?
I found marijuana.
Where?
On the kitchen table.
Okay.
I have photos of it.
You have photos of the marijuana on the kitchen table? Okay. What possessed you to take the photo?
It was around the time when the landlord came asking for the rent because the checks that he wrote out to the landlord were bouncing, and the landlord came specifically to ask me and my other roommate, Katie, for our rent. The rent that we were supposed to be paying to Kennedy.
To ask for you to give it to the landlord directly?
Yes, and this was the month of...
Okay, but what possessed you to take a picture of the marijuana?
Things were just spiraling.
Because things were bad, and
Yeah.
you didn't like it, and
Yeah.
you wanted to preserve the picture. Let me see the picture. All right, and what'd you do when you found the marijuana?
I called a friend and asked him, he's in realty and things, and asked him the best situation. I was like, well, should we call the cops or, and he was just like, take a picture of it and then flush it.
So you flushed it?
Yeah.
But there's a little bit, not a lot of it, because there's a lot more here than here.
A week prior to finding the marijuana was when the landlord came and asked for...
But let's talk about that. The landlord comes and knocks on the door and says, I need August rent. And
Yes.
you're shocked because you think he's there for September rent.
Yes.
Because you paid August rent some time ago,
Yes.
in the beginning of August. So apparently it becomes obvious that he's behind.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Do you talk to him? I think you get involved, Dad, and you talk to him when that happens. That happens, that landlord's there September 1st.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what you say to Kennedy when you figure all that out.
Well, Your Honor, I called and asked Kennedy if there was a problem. And he said, no, there's no problem. And I said, well, why would the landlord be coming to the apartment asking, my son for rent? It suggests that you haven't paid the landlord his rent. And I said, well, look, Mr. Felder, at this point, I think I would rather pay the landlord directly than pay you.
Okay.
And he agreed to that.
Okay.
And I have a copy of the check. So the September 1st rent was actually written out to the landlord directly.
Okay, because but it's September 1st when this issue even comes to you is September 1st, so you hadn't written the check yet.
Correct.
So you call him and you tell him, I'm going to write the check directly to the landlord, and he says, fine.
Yes.
So you do.
Yes.
Okay. Then later on is when this whole marijuana thing pops up?
Yes.
What's going on? He says that he can't live there, and the bottom line is you don't want to give him the deposit back because you feel like he didn't give you notice.
Correct.
All right. And his position on this is, I don't have to give notice in a place where there's drugs and other issues, such as a financial issue. Were there any other issues?
He took my clothes, yes.
How?
Went into
You don't
my...
look like you have the same style.
No.
What did he take?
He took a hoodie, a shirt, and a towel.
Okay. All right. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, he left in September, and I didn't receive any rent from him.
For September?
For September.
Well, you didn't get it because he paid the landlord, right?
I wasn't informed.
I'm sorry?
I wasn't informed about that.
Really?
he
Because
was gonna
Dad says
pay.
he spoke to you directly and said that because you were behind in the rent, he was going to pay the
He
landlord.
never told me that.
Were you behind in the rent?
I was behind in the rent, but that was because the person who I moved in the apartment in May, and there was a leaseholder, and I took the apartment from her. So I had to pay some of the deposit so she can get back her deposit as well.
Okay, but apparently on September 1st, he says he talked to you about it and then did it and paid the rent directly to the landlord. But what difference does it make? He paid the rent. He's not behind. I mean, it's not like you owe $800 to the landlord more because he didn't give it to you. It's just that you didn't get to spend it on something else.
No.
Went directly to the landlord. So he paid September rent. All right, so go on.
And he randomly left the ending of September without...
But he didn't tell you he was leaving?
No. And
Ever?
No, and we did...
How did you find out he was leaving?
He told me the day he was leaving, the day of when he was packing.
What did he
his
say?
belongings. That he was just leaving. He asked me that I speak with his father. I said no. He said, okay, well, me and my father believe that this is not a good living arrangement for me, which I found weird because prior to this, me and Victor were friends when he moved in, and we did go out. And if he did feel as though there were any drugs in the apartment, that he did... If there was anything that was there, he partook in it as well. So to sit here today and act like everything is peachy clean, it's really not that way.
Whose marijuana is that?
Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Mine. I'll take one.
Stand up.
This is my fiance. He's my witness as well.
This is your fiance. He's your witness. Do you live there too or no?
I did in the month of September, yes. Prior to that, I had my own place. We decided to get engaged, and we decided to move in together. He had a bigger place, so I moved in with him.
Okay. Are you living there now?
Currently, yes, we do.
Okay.
Still live there.
So it's your drugs?
Yes.
And when you say he partook in it too, tell me what you mean. Because he's saying he's highly offended that there's drugs there, and that's why he wants to move out.
Well, when we say he partook, which means is what I brought, he smoked. When I wasn't there, yes, him.
He smoked.
He smoked. And when I wasn't there and I would come in from work or in the afternoon when I come to see my fiance, he would say, I smoked with Victor today. It's been several times, more than 5, less than 20.
Okay, what do you suppose then is the reason why? It sounds like y'all are tight friends. So what went wrong then? Why do you think he wants out?
The reason he wants out is because the simple fact is I guess he got tired of living there, but nobody asked him to leave. Nobody asked.
But why do you really think? There's got to be a reason that he wants out. What do you think is the reason that he wants out? Was there ever a problem between you guys? What was this about? Did you take clothes from his closet?
No. Well, Victor and his boyfriend came over to the house one day, and we all took them to the village. Victor wanted to hang out with some friends, and he wanted to be named Glitter Boy. And we were going to just invite him into the house. Now, a house is not really...
Invite who into the house?
Victor. He wanted to join my group, a gay group.
Right, but invite him into... When you say house, he's already living there.
No.
What do you-
No. House is like a gay house. Like, it's like, I'm not related to you, but we're all going to consider each other family.
Okay.
Because we don't have moral support of society.
Now
So
he-
we lean on each other for...
Okay.
And he did know this. Now, the shirt never got taken, but maybe because he knew this, that we were going to plan this, maybe he, when he went in his room and saw that...
When he told... Let me ask you a question. When he told you that he was moving out, did he... did it sound like it was his idea?
It sounded like it was his father's idea. And I never received the keys.
Did you ever get caught up on the rent?
Yes.
Or are you still a month behind?
No, I'm there. I'm actually still living there, and I never received my keys back from them, so I wasn't able to rent it out. And when I texted him for my keys to get back, he never replied back. I went to the landlord to see if did he really move. The landlord didn't know and couldn't tell me anything, and said he didn't speak to Victor.
Did you didn't give him the keys?
I returned the keys to the landlord.
And that's what we're saying. If he paid September's rent, he should be going after the landlord. He gave the keys back to the landlord.
Why would he go after the landlord?
Because he paid the landlord. He stayed with us for the
No,
month
but he paid you.
But he
paid your boyfriend the
went to
deposit.
the
That's
la-
what he's suing for, is the deposit back.
And that went to the landlord. So-
The whole $1,600 went to
Well, that
the
went to the
landlord.
landlord. You're behind on rent. Not because, I mean, see, here's
Well,
the
what
thing.
proof does he
Wait,
have?
stop. Unless he's on the lease with the landlord, okay? His lease is really with you. It's a verbal month-to-month with you.
Correct.
Which is why you're upset that he was paying the landlord directly.
But he stayed 2
just
months.
a second. So if he pays you a security deposit, he can't go chase the landlord for a security deposit he didn't give the landlord. That's absolutely wrong. He needs to chase you for it. That's what he's doing. The question is, are you entitled to keep it because you didn't get adequate notice or not? That's the question.
And-
Now, when did you give notice that you were going to move out?
Within the first week of the landlord contacting me directly and asking me for September's rent.
And
Did you
That's not
smoke with
true.
them?
Not at all, Your Honor. Not at all.
Court's in recess.
All rise.
And welcome back to the People's Court, Harvey 11 here. So if your roommate is smoking dope and you say, hey, I'm out of here, do you get your security back from this roommate?
I'd say absolutely.
Why?
Because he's breaking the law. You don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to be responsible for that if cops.
Fair enough, but a lot of people say marijuana is not that big of a deal. Do you get your money back?
I don't think you get it back. I think you should be able to move out, but there's no reason why you should get your security back if that's for the apartment.
Who's going to be the tiebreaker here?
If it's medicinal,
Let's say it's not. No, say it's not medicinal. Say it's not medicinal.
I say no. You got to take it up with your landlord. Let him know if it's in the lease, if it's illegal.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
All right. It's one way or it's the other. Either he happily, willingly, and participatorily engages in the smoking of the drugs with you, or he doesn't. Either he's offended by it, or he's not. Perhaps he's just offended by the open nature of it hanging around. I don't know. All right. You're telling me, Judge, this is a crock. This is not, he does not move out over the marijuana. He moves out over the landlord issue. But here's the problem that I have with that. The landlord issue was known about on September 1st. And the landlord issue alone didn't make him move out. In fact, after he learns of the landlord issue, Dad writes a check to the landlord. Dad doesn't say, that's it, move out, we're not paying September. And he could have, because he hadn't written the check to the landlord yet. He could pack your stuff, you're leaving. If the landlord issue was what was making him move. This is a really close one. Okay? But when I have you openly saying, hey, yeah, it's my pot, so what of it? And I have a father that's concerned about his son living in a house with drugs, and I have a father who the landlord issue wasn't enough to make him bail on September 1st, that's close enough. I've got it. $800 verdict for the plaintiff.
All right, just hold on right there, please.
All right, so the plaintiff has won this case. Step on in here. The defendant, what's your reaction to the outcome here, losing this case?
This is a bunch of crock. This is clearly a bunch of crock. I think as though he knew what he was getting himself into, and he's playing me as a fool. But hey, it is what it is.
Why do you say he left?
I do believe he left because of landlord issues. I do not believe there was anything else.
Kurt, I love you, man. And I love the judge, too.
Okay, thank you. Okay, right around the corner there. All right, so come on in here. All right, so what's your feeling on how this case went down?
Well, I think it came out just the way we would have, we hoped.
Mm-hmm. Did any of the stories you heard of the defendant telling in court bother you in any way or upset you or surprise you?
Absolutely. Well, I was disturbed that and upset that, number one, he said my son was a drug user, which I know. I'm not with my son every minute of every second of every day, but he's not a drug user. He doesn't do marijuana. And he's not gay.
Okay. What are you studying in school? You're at St. John's too?
Yes.
What are you studying there?
Photojournalism.
Okay. Over to Harvey.
Bottom line, the defendant was engaged in an illegal activity, and it gives the plaintiff the right to move out. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.